Yeah. Hands up! Hands up!
In a bizarre turn of events, Huron police found themselves in an unusual standoff with a suspected bank burglar. As officers awaited the suspect's exit, little did they know that his escape plan would lead to a rather unconventional landing.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
Surveillance footage captured the moment when the suspect, attempting to flee through the attic, unexpectedly dropped into a recycling bin below. A routine patrol turned into a heart-pounding pursuit.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
The officer, investigating the theft of a valuable bicycle, found himself face-to-face with the suspect Thomas, who had been evading authorities due to an active felony warrant. In a desperate attempt to escape justice, Thomas attempted to flee, but the officer wasted no time in apprehending him.
Turn off temporarily.
Despite Thomas's efforts, the officer swiftly brought him to the ground, ensuring his capture and preventing further evasion. During the interrogation, Thomas attempted to deny his involvement, but the evidence against him was overwhelming. In the quiet hours of the morning, the tranquility of Orange City was shattered by the sound of law enforcement responding to a potential crime in progress.
It was a gun store, right? I ain't giving no announcements on it.
With swift action, law enforcement officers spring into action, chasing the suspects in a black Nissan Altima as they attempt to flee the scene.
Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands! Hey, get him up! Get him up! Get him up! Let me see your...
With the help of K9 Coda, Deputy Zimmerer leads the charge, tracking the suspects to their hiding spot and ensuring their capture. Despite the suspects' efforts to escape justice, all 4 juveniles are apprehended and taken into custody without further incident.
You want to?
Where's her other leg at? Yeah, that's the problem.
Right underneath the tire.
Keep with the jack. Everybody put your hands under it so that way.
Bodycam footage, released by the Newcastle County Division of Police, shows officers responding to the call on Fieldstone Lane. The woman's left arm was pinned underneath the front driver's side tire of a Hyundai Santa Fe.
That's the jack, that's the jack.
With quick thinking and teamwork, the officers devised a plan to lift the car and free the woman. In a remarkable display of strength and determination, the officers joined together to lift the car off the woman's arm. In Pasco County, Florida, the Pasco County Sheriff's Office was in hot pursuit of a wanted fugitive. Rashad Walker, a 28-year-old fugitive with felony warrants, was spotted in one of the apartments at Ashton Oaks Apartments.
Sheriff, hey! Get the out! Get around! On your phone! You have any weapons on you? No, sir.
In a daring attempt to evade arrest, Walker leaped from the second-floor apartment's sliding glass door, but the sheriff's deputies were ready. As Walker landed on the ground, they swiftly tackled him and brought him into custody.
Ready? Get up on your...
Despite his attempts to escape, Walker was apprehended without incident. Thanks to the swift and decisive action of the Pasco County Sheriff's Office, Rashad Walker's days as a fugitive have come to an end. The state trooper Frank Rush received a distress call about a driver trapped in a submerged vehicle in a pond. Despite the dangers, Trooper Rush fearlessly entered a deep pond to reach the submerged vehicle. With determination, Trooper Rush located the victim floating outside of the car and swiftly pulled them to safety.
You okay? What's going on, dude? What's going on?
Thanks to Trooper Rush's quick thinking and bravery, the victim was rescued from certain peril. The victim received immediate medical attention and miraculously survived the harrowing ordeal. It was a quiet night on August 3rd, 2023, until the Atlanta Police Department received a call for a business burglary at the Target store. Officers swiftly responded, and upon arrival, they noticed a shattered window near the front of the department store. With caution, officers entered the store and began their search for the suspect.
Hold it. Hold it.
Alright, check this area in front of me. Check this area in front.
On the second floor, in the electronics section, officers found the suspect Donnell Houston hiding among the merchandise. Without hesitation, officers placed the suspect into custody, ensuring the safety of the store and its patrons. On New Year's Day, a call to 911 revealed the unimaginable.
You want to do it? Right hand only. Right hand only.
U.S. Marshals, Southeast Regional Fugitive Task and Lowndes County Sheriff's deputies swooped in just in time, nabbing the suspects. 2 days later, the young girl's death was ruled a homicide, with evidence of multiple traumatic injuries indicating a history of abuse.
Left hand on.
Candice Renee Diaz and Brad Edward Fields now face charges, including felony murder, second-degree homicide, first-degree child abuse, and torture. A routine day turned into chaos at Schmidt Elementary School in Brandon, Florida.
Watch behind the drink.
Drop the window, please.
Call back to us.
2 teenagers were spotted on campus, one of them armed with what appeared to be a rifle. Concerned for the safety of the students and staff, the school was immediately placed on lockdown as law enforcement officers rushed to the scene.
What in the world are you two doing?
It's a BB gun, sir. It's not real.
In front of a school?
Bodycam footage captured the intense moments as deputies confronted the suspects, loudly demanding them to drop the firearm and surrender. With swift and decisive action, deputies successfully apprehended both suspects without incident. The Otero County Sheriff's deputies responded to a call of an aggravated robbery at a business on Richmond Avenue.
No!
The suspect, identified as Kamari Miles, was reportedly armed with a knife and was locked inside the store. Despite repeated verbal commands and attempts to subdue him with a taser, Miles refused to comply and charged toward the officers.
You're fine. You're okay.
No.
We're at Westerland, 3200 Westerland.
After a brief foot pursuit, Miles was apprehended and a knife was recovered from the scene. Thankfully, no injuries were reported during the incident. In the dense forests of Stokes Forest in Sussex County, New Jersey, a dramatic rescue unfolded.
Sir, you there? Come on, sir. Sir.
New Jersey state troopers were alerted to the disappearance of Charles McHugh, who had ventured into the woods on a utility terrain vehicle, but failed to return. Following the tracks of his vehicle and then his footprints, troopers eventually found Charles unconscious on the ground, suffering from severe hypothermia.
His legs up, I'll stay back on top of him. One of you guys want to go? One of those just ran, you guys got the excess body heat.
The troopers sprang into action, laying on top of Charles to transfer body heat and rubbing his sternum to stimulate blood flow. Despite the challenging conditions, the troopers persevered, eventually carrying Charles out of the woods to safety. The police were conducting DUI enforcement when they encountered a suspect, Jessica, at the Cowboys Bar.
Grab me like that, you Don't grab me like that, y'all see what he did?
Upon pulling over the vehicle, the officers approached Jessica and attempted to detain her. However, Jessica resisted arrest and began to struggle with the officers physically. As Jessica's behavior escalated, the officers were forced to use pepper spray to subdue her and gain control of the situation.
I don't want to pass out, please.
Sit back in the car. You standing up is going to cause more issues. Sit down and breathe.
Eventually, Jessica was placed in the back of a police car, where she continued to resist and behave aggressively towards the officers. In a heart-pounding rescue mission, the Kent police responded to a distress call at Northfleet Quarry.
Keep holding on, mate.
We're doing everything we can, mate. You hold on. Hold on. I've got a belt. Hold on.
With the man teetering on the edge, they knew immediate action was necessary to prevent a tragedy. The officers linked their belts together, creating a makeshift safety harness to stabilize the man.
Keep going, keep going, don't
Keep going. Come on, mate.
Get hold of me. Someone get hold of me.
Got you.
One of the officers spotted a rope nearby. With this newfound tool, they had a chance to save the man from the brink of disaster. The officers secured the rope and carefully pulled the man away from the edge, inching him to safety. In a daring chase through the back streets of Flagler County, sheriff's deputies pursued a stolen vehicle driven by a daring couple on the run.
One more unit with K9.
Yep. Yeah. Sheriff's Office K9, come out now.
The suspects led deputies on a high-speed chase, causing chaos in their wake. Despite their attempts to evade capture, the suspects were tracked down by K9 units and helicopter cameras.
Stop talking!
Yes, sir.
You have any weapons on your person?
No, sir, at all.
Why'd you run?
Sir.
With nowhere to hide, the suspects surrendered to law enforcement, ending their joyride in stolen property. As the deputies questioned the suspects, the truth behind their reckless actions began to unfold. Ultimately, the couple's attempt to flee from justice came to an end. Officer Aaron Bulmer of the Topeka Police Department was responding to a routine call when he noticed something alarming. As Officer Bulmer approached, he saw 3-year-old Elijah Hamby struggling in the water, his arms flailing before he disappeared beneath the surface. Without hesitation, Officer Bulmer sprinted across the park and leaped into the pond, fully clothed, to rescue the drowning child.
Hey, start me some help! Call 911 for me! Start me at AMR 1039.
Despite being nearly 7 feet tall and stuck in the muddy bottom of the pond, Officer Bulmer managed to pull Elijah to safety. Here is a deeply touching and unfortunate story that unfolded in Eustis, Florida. Having lived there for 8 years, Fitzgerald found herself in a dire situation after falling behind on rent. As the eviction day arrived, police officers were called in to handle the situation. Bodycam footage captured the heartbreaking confrontation as officers attempted to remove Fitzgerald from her home peacefully. Despite the distressing circumstances, she refused to leave.
Back up! I only want to put her in my car. We would love her.
In an attempt to avoid arresting the elderly woman, the officers offered assistance from various agencies. However, Fitzgerald reportedly refused any help, leading to her prompt arrest for trespassing at Franklin House. It was a regular day on patrol for this local sheriff deputy when he unexpectedly became the hero in a dramatic incident.
I hit it with 3 fire extinguishers and some water. Came right back.
Equipped with courage and determination, the deputy, along with arriving backup, initiated the rescue mission. The bodycam captures the tense moments as they approach the vehicle, unsure of what they might find inside the inferno.
What's hurting? No, don't be scared. Like it says.
No.
Listen.
It's okay.
It's okay. I'm right here.
I can't. Keep my legs down.
As the brave team works together, they manage to rescue an individual trapped inside the burning vehicle. The bodycam footage captures the relief and gratitude on the survivor's face as they emerge from the chaos. Watch this heart-wrenching incident that unfolded on May 27, 2018, near Bainbridge Island, Washington. The Coast Guard initiated an intensive search for the wreckage. Despite their efforts, the wreckage remained elusive, leaving many questions unanswered. The Coast Guard's exhaustive search, unfortunately, proved unsuccessful in locating the sunken plane. The challenges of the underwater environment and the rapid sinking of the aircraft hindered recovery efforts. Jennifer Lynn Grossback and her little daughter Lily found themselves in a nightmare scenario.
What have you got?
A fisherman spotted the overturned car in the river, leading to a 911 call. First responders rushed to the scene, not fully aware of the heart-wrenching discovery that awaited them.
Here, right. Go.
Throw up in there.
Here, go. Let's go.
With Lily hanging upside down from her car seat, rescuers faced a race against time. The bodycam footage reflects the urgency and desperation felt by the responders as they strive to save Lily's life. The rescued child, miraculously unharmed, is brought to safety. On a fateful day in Harford County, deputies responded to a harrowing scene.
Are you okay? You're okay? I'll be right back, okay? Vehicle's on fire.
As the deputies approached the burning wreckage, their body cams captured the intensity of the flames and the urgency of the situation. The priority was clear: to rescue the occupants before the fire engulfed the vehicle.
Come here, bud. Anybody else in here? Anybody else in here? Hold on, he's twisted.
As the rescued individuals are brought to safety, the emotional reunion between the father, son, and the heroic deputies unfolds. Here is a captivating story about the arrest of Kevin Gaines Jr. to share, and it involves a surprising twist with Instagram Live.
Dave, get to the house. He just...
During the arrest, Gaines was live on Instagram, unknowingly broadcasting the events as they unfolded. Deputy Billy Levin, spotting the vehicle at the given address, cleverly used Gaines' own Instagram Live video to confirm his presence inside the house. The spotlight directed into the window was inadvertently revealed in the live video shortly before it abruptly ended.
Get on the ground now. Get on the...
With this valuable information in hand, deputies and DeLand police officers swiftly surrounded the house. Gaines, recognizing the situation, surrendered without incident and was taken into custody. The Florida police, in collaboration with the U.S. Marshals, successfully captured a wanted rape suspect in Palm Coast.
Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Get them up! Hands up! Hands up! Drop the phone. Drop it! Step out. Step out.
The body cam captures the tense moments when the suspect is discovered hiding out at a residence in Seminole Woods. The collaborative efforts of law enforcement agencies play a crucial role in locating and apprehending the wanted individual.
I'm cooperating. I'm 100% cooperating. I'm 100%. Sir, my thumb's broken. My right thumb, see the bump?
Okay, we'll take care of it.
The footage captures the moment of Scott's apprehension, followed by his detention without bond. Unprecedented flooding in Orange County, New York, turned ordinary roads into treacherous waters. Route 6 became a critical hotspot, with emergency responders facing the daunting task of executing high-stakes rescues.
Okay, one second. Stand by.
The police took swift action, deploying their skilled personnel to rescue stranded individuals amidst the rising floodwaters. As we watch the footage, we witness the intense moments of the rescue mission. Emergency personnel navigates the turbulent waters, ensuring the safety of those stranded. An incident unfolded on Tuesday involving a stolen car, a daring escape, and an unattended infant left in the chaos. The driver took off in an attempt to escape law enforcement. In the chaos, he collided with a school zone sign and made a hasty exit, leaving an infant unattended in the front seat of the stolen car, still running but locked.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Deputies faced a critical situation as they discovered the unattended infant inside the locked running car. Quick thinking and tools provided by a neighbor allowed them to open the doors and rescue the baby safely. We've got a story that'll leave you scratching your head. A guy who faced some serious consequences after a seemingly harmless act.
What's going on? Huh? No, what's going on?
As the night unfolded, these drunk guys took things to a whole new level by deciding to relieve themselves on the wall of a Domino's pizza establishment. A seemingly harmless prank quickly turned into a situation with significant repercussions.
Associated with it. This is your information and where and when it occurred. It's for RCW 70-93060.4. Discard potentially dangerous litter.
Enter the hazmat ticket, a whopping $1,025 fine issued to the individuals responsible for their unsanitary act. It turns out that local authorities deemed the incident a hazardous materials violation, leading to a hefty penalty for the intoxicated offenders. Witness a confrontation between a young girl and law enforcement officers. As emotions run high, we take a closer look at the factors contributing to this dramatic encounter.
This is private property. We're going inside. You called all y'all for what? And pulled a taser on me.
Oh my God.
The girl, visibly upset, engages in a verbal exchange with the police. The video captures the emotions and tensions escalating as both parties attempt to communicate their perspectives.
Being arrested. What am I arrested for?
That's what I'm telling you to get
Arrested for what?
Ashley, come grab my phone.
Arrested for what? Tell me.
Despite efforts to defuse the confrontation, the situation takes a dramatic twist, leading to the girl's arrest. The reasons behind the arrest become clearer as the incident unfolds. An incident involving a motorcyclist whose evening joyride took an unexpected turn.
Motorcyclist on March 4th when he flipped the bird to a deputy right before running a red light and being T-boned by a vehicle. Richardson ran.
Local deputies attempted to pull over the group of motorcyclists, concerned about the danger they posed to themselves and others on the road. However, Richardson wasn't willing to comply. In a bold move, he flipped off the deputies and defiantly ran a red light, intensifying the pursuit. After the collision, Richardson, refusing to face the consequences, took off on foot. The police were relentless in their pursuit, eventually catching up with him and placing him under arrest. What begins as an ordinary day quickly becomes a life-threatening experience for those involved.
Red shirt around his neck, black pants, last thing eastbound on foot. So we're gonna do this right here. He's probably gonna try to go towards Spring Hill.
Witness the intense confrontation between the assailant and the brave law enforcement officer.
Jeremy, are you aware of your constitutional rights? All right, I'm going to read them to you again, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court.
Law enforcement officers respond swiftly, employing tactical maneuvers to subdue the assailant and bring the situation under control. The coordination and training of the officers are on full display as they work to de-escalate the dangerous encounter. An ordinary day takes a turn as two guys find themselves in a heated argument on the street. As the argument escalates, bystanders watch as the two individuals exchange heated words. It's a volatile situation, and it's clear that emotions are running high. Suddenly, the situation takes a significant turn when law enforcement arrives on the scene. The flashing lights and authoritative presence signal that the police are here to defuse the escalating conflict. We're delving into a bizarre incident that unfolded in December 2023 at a dog park in West Salem, Wisconsin. It was an incident that recently took place at a park and left everyone in shock.
Told him that, and he works for John Siegel. Okay. And that's why he's out here. He's a reserve. He collects soda cans and turns them into the sheriff's office. He takes them down to Vine Street and shares them.
The responding officer delves into the investigation, uncovering a tangled web of false claims, including the man's alleged search for a missing woman in the woods. As the officer confronts the imposter, the man spins a bizarre tale involving collecting soda cans for the sheriff's office and claiming to work for various law enforcement entities.
Put everything on top of the hood here, all right? What's the cardboard for?
In the end, justice prevails. The man is charged with misdemeanor, impersonating a peace officer. A suspect wanted for the rape and kidnapping of a woman found himself cornered by law enforcement.
Something happened between you and her last night?
I mean, not kinda, but not really.
Okay, do me a favor. Don't put your hands in your pockets like that on my property.
As officers questioned the suspect regarding the disturbing allegations, he made a desperate attempt to evade capture.
You just keep putting your don't tense up. Don't tense up, man. Where are you going?
Settle down, bud.
In a bold move, the suspect tried to leap out of a window on the 6th floor of the hotel, hoping to make a daring escape. However, his bid for freedom was short-lived as the window proved to be closed, sending him bouncing back into the room. The Macomb County Sheriff's Office recently released bodycam footage capturing a tense situation as deputies responded to a call about a man experiencing a medical or mental health crisis.
Brian!
Hey, Brian! Be careful, guys.
Responding to a call reporting gunfire, deputies arrived at a residence on Jefferson Avenue in Harrison Township. The caller had reported that Harson was freaking out and in possession of a firearm, which was later surrendered to deputies.
Just relax.
Come from the front?
No.
All the way over.
There you go. There we go. You got my leg cut up.
Inside the house, Brian Harson of Harrison Township was allegedly in distress, prompting concerns for his safety and the safety of others. Harson now faces charges, including assault and discharging a firearm in a building. Deputies encountered a dramatic scene involving tag switching, check fraud, and a high-speed chase.
Don't f***ing move! Don't f***ing move! Get out of the car! Get out of the car right now!
The Impala driver attempted to cash a check using a victim's identity while the Charger waited nearby. Deputies quickly moved in on the Impala, leading to a chaotic scene as the driver attempted to flee and collided with another vehicle.
Yeah, secure him now.
One suspect, Courtney Walker, tried to flee again but was ultimately apprehended with the assistance of K9 Endo. Deputies discovered wigs, purses and wallets inside the vehicles, suggesting a broader criminal operation. The Flagler County Sheriff's Office conducted a drug bust resulting in the seizure of marijuana, leading to the arrest of a suspect.
Do you have a medical marijuana card? When's the time you smoked in your vehicle? Okay, is there any weed left in the vehicle currently? Okay.
During the investigation, officers questioned the suspect about the presence of marijuana in their vehicle. As officers searched the vehicle, they discovered a significant quantity of marijuana concealed inside.
Who's your brother? Okay. So, and that's not, personal use, obviously.
Despite the suspect's attempt to justify the possession of such a large quantity of marijuana, officers remained skeptical. With the evidence in hand and the suspect's admission, deputies moved forward with the arrest, underscoring the consequences of illegal drug possession. Dramatic bodycam footage captures the intense pursuit of a stolen vehicle suspect by Wagner County deputies.
Sig, he's running. He bailed.
The suspect made multiple attempts to shake off Deputy Hull, maneuvering through fields and parking lots in an effort to evade capture.
Stop! Let me see your hands!
Despite the suspect's efforts, the pursuit ultimately ended when the stolen truck crashed near 21st and Garnett in Tulsa. The suspect attempted to flee on foot, but deputies swiftly moved in and took him into custody. In a comical yet concerning encounter captured on camera, a drunk man's attempt to evade arrest by name, dropping his connections, hilariously backfires.
Literally, Department of Justice with the settlement agreement. So I want to see, if he's not available, who is?
My sergeant's here. You can speak to my sergeant.
As Cruz stumbled through the tests, his desperate attempts to assert his connections and avoid arrest only added to the comedic nature of the situation. From claiming to work for the Department of Justice to demanding to speak to higher-ranking officers.
Our policy is handcuffs go in the rear, so it's not personal. So we're not trying to be rude by any means, but we're doing our job, and that's what our policy.
Despite his attempts to wriggle out of the situation, Cruz was eventually placed under arrest for driving while intoxicated. A heart-pounding pursuit unfolded on the highways of Flagler County, Florida, as law enforcement officers raced against time to apprehend suspects fleeing in a stolen vehicle. Despite the challenges they faced, law enforcement personnel remained undeterred, maintaining constant communication and unwavering vigilance as they tracked the stolen vehicle's movements, which eventually led onto I-4 westbound. However, the suspect's attempt to flee on foot was short-lived. With remarkable efficiency, Law enforcement swiftly closed in on them, bringing the high-speed pursuit to a safe conclusion by taking the suspects into custody without any further incident. It was a night of high tension and swift action in Moses Lake as local police officers responded to a harrowing report of a man walking down West Broadway, brandishing a gun.
Put your hands up! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground on your stomach! All the way down, all the way down. Keep your hands out.
Responding swiftly to the alarming report, officers arrived at the scene, fully equipped with both less lethal and standard firearms, preparing themselves for any potential escalation that might arise. Their primary goal, to defuse the situation and ensure the safety of everyone involved.
Okay. Ow, my wrist. Stop up, please. Okay, I gotta get some tension on, man. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here.
In a surprising and unexpected turn of events, McKinney, the individual in question, made the critical decision to surrender, voluntarily laying down his loaded pistol and allowing officers to safely take him into custody without any further incident or harm. In a surprising twist of fate, what seemed like a run-of-the-mill encounter with a pushy salesman in Palm Coast, Florida, turned out to be anything but ordinary.
They have a warrant out of Texas. You know, have you been to Texas?
Have I been to Texas?
Failure to appear?
No.
Okay, well that's what it's for. Okay, it's active, full extradition.
What began as a concerned citizen's report about an overly assertive security system salesperson quickly spiraled into a tense situation when law enforcement stepped in. The salesman tried to justify his presence, but suspicions were raised when officers uncovered an active warrant for his arrest in Texas.
Around. The handcuffs can come off as quickly as they came on.
That's terrible.
All right?
It doesn't have to be on. I haven't done any. If I was going to run, I would have ran.
Despite the salesman's protests, officers had no choice but to detain him in accordance with the extradition warrant. In a stunning example of teamwork and coordination, law enforcement agencies spanning from Kentucky to Florida collaborated to capture a fugitive who had been evading authorities. Keith D. Neal found himself on the wrong side of the law, wanted for his alleged involvement in an armed robbery. But as the long arm of the law extends its reach, Neal's days on the run came to an abrupt halt.
Bring a Batman here! Get your hands up! Hands up! I got show us your hands! Okay. Move hands! Show us your hands! Now crawl! Now crawl!
Little did he know, law enforcement officers were closing in. With meticulous planning and unwavering resolve, authorities successfully apprehended Neal, putting an end to his bid to remain elusive. On November 1st, 2022, police officers sprang into action following reports of a disturbance at the local police station.
Put the golf club down now. Step over here. What's your problem? What you do over there?
They told me they got a bike for me. Somebody called.
Relax.
And said they got...
The officers cautiously approached the man, instructing him to put down the golf club and cooperate. Despite the officers' commands, the man continues to display agitation and refuses to comply with their instructions.
You're beyond your right. You grab it. Step back. And so we're going to secure you until we figure out what's going on. Have a seat, sir. All right? If you don't want to just chill out, sit down.
Man, I chill out.
As tensions rise, the officers attempt to calm the situation and assess the man's condition. As the situation unfolds, the man's behavior becomes increasingly erratic, leading to his detainment by the officers. A 43-year-old man, after exchanging messages for several days, decided to travel for 30 minutes to meet a 15-year-old in Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin. Little did he know, he was walking into a trap.
He stated he liked younger girls, and that he had concerns that a 15-year-old girl could get him into a lot of trouble. When the investigator made the comment,
As the events unfolded, the individual had been communicating with the supposed teenager, unaware of the impending consequences. The situation took a dramatic turn when he arrived at the specified location.
Get down on the ground, do it now! Get down on the ground!
On the ground! Sheriff's office!
Get your hands out of your pocket. Get your hands on your back.
Instead of linking up with the young teen he thought he was meeting, he ended up smack dab in the middle of a whole squad of law enforcement officers ready to capture him. On a typical day, Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood found himself confronting a chilling reality.
So you want to put cuffs on him?
Sheriff Chitwood approached Golden as he landed in Florida, giving him a not-so-warm welcome. Golden's online posts had crossed a line, advocating violence against the sheriff. Golden had posted a threat against Sheriff Chitwood online, prompting law enforcement to take action.
Okay, all right. Perfect.
Authorities tracked down Golden at his mother's house, where he was taken into custody without incident. The body camera footage captured the moment deputies informed Golden of the warrant for his arrest. On June 18, 2022, the quiet streets of Columbus, Ohio, were about to witness a tense encounter with the law.
Don't run, man. Don't run, man.
During the location check, an officer observed a male suspect in the hallway of the building. After being commanded not to run, the suspect refused to stop and took off from the police. Officers pursued the suspect on foot through the streets of Columbus.
Stop this bus, ma'am. Get off. Don't run. Do not run. Have a seat.
However, law enforcement officers were quick to apprehend the suspect, bringing an end to his attempted escape. The suspect was arrested for criminal trespassing and taken into custody by the authorities. Chaos unfolded at a busy intersection as two vehicles collided, leaving behind a trail of destruction and questions.
You have anything illegal on your person?
No, sir.
The scene switches to the perspective of a police officer's body camera, capturing the raw moments of the aftermath. The officers begin their investigation, approaching one of the drivers suspected of being under the influence. As the interview unfolds, suspicions arise regarding the driver's state of mind. The officers decide to conduct a search of the suspect's vehicle. During the search, the officers make a startling discovery of a loaded pistol hidden in the car. The exclusive footage from inside Area 51, obtained solely by EWO, sheds light on these daring trespassers who are anything but ordinary thrill seekers. Despite their cooperative demeanor, officers run their information to check for any outstanding warrants. Yet, instead of issuing both of them citations, the officer decides to cut them a break due to their cooperation. Jake and Judy express gratitude for the officer's understanding as they prepare to return to civilization, relieved to have narrowly avoided more severe repercussions. On November 22nd, 2022, chaos erupted at the pub in Ohio when bar staff called the APD to report a disruptive and intoxicated guest.
You're not going to try to grab stuff off my shirt. That's not going to happen.
The defendant, clearly intoxicated, was causing a disturbance. With the defendant refusing to comply, officers were left with no choice but to handcuff her and take her into custody.
Go up to regional. She tried to pull away from me, so.
No, I really were that.
You really were.
No, I
So we're going to really take a walk right over here, and we're going to go to regional jail.
In the end, the defendant was taken to the regional jail for a 6-hour hold, serving as a sobering reminder of the consequences of reckless behavior and the importance of maintaining order in our communities. A young woman finds herself in a terrifying situation as she becomes the victim of a carjacking at gunpoint. But what follows is a story of swift police action and determination.
Okay, what kind of phone do you have?
iPhone.
Do you have iPhone 6? Do you have your Find My Phone app?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, 273, I think, well, some detective.
Police officers quickly spring into action, attempting to track the victim's iPhone to locate the stolen vehicle. With the correct information in hand, the Albuquerque Police Department kicks into overdrive, tracking the phone's location in real time.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Coming out the back.
Please show me your hands. Put your hands up. It's got a gun.
The tense situation unfolds as officers confront the suspects, bringing the carjacking incident to a close. Once the tracking was initiated, officers received a hit on the phone's location, setting off a rapid pursuit. Imagine this. A seemingly ordinary day turns upside down as a group of bikers decides to make a pit stop at the Little Alien Motel and Restaurant in Rachel, Nevada. Little did they know, their actions that day would lead to a bizarre series of events.
The table as his friends distracted the staff with conversation and jokes. Bout gave a quick glance around before doing the unthinkable. He grabbed the completely defenseless
Pat Travis, owner of the motel, finds herself reviewing surveillance footage, stunned by what she sees as a brazen theft caught on camera.
felony burglary. The value of the alien is one of the deciding factors between Bout being charged with a felony or being cited for petty larceny. This is something Sergeant...
With solid detective work, Walsh locates the stolen alien statue and apprehends the suspect, Adrian Bout, for burglary. Bout tries to downplay the seriousness of his actions, but Officer Walsh isn't buying it. In an unexpected twist, the tranquility of the night in Volusia County was abruptly shattered. While the city slumbered, chaos erupted on its silent streets. It's like riding a shotgun with these fearless deputies as they race against time to apprehend the thief and recover the stolen vehicle.
Out of the vehicle now! Hands up! Hands up! Turn around! Hey, hands up! Hands up!
In a daring move, Deputy Cowger initiates a traffic stop, forcing the stolen ambulance to come to a halt. With nerves of steel, he approaches the vehicle, ready to confront the driver and take them into custody. In Fairfield, Ohio, a night of revelry turned into chaos when a stabbing incident occurred at El Centenario nightclub on November 12th.
Okay. We need to know who did this. We need to know who did this. Okay?
Despite the language barrier encountered by one of the officers, the video highlights their determination to gather information and identify the perpetrator responsible for stabbing one of the 5 victims.
Okay, do you know someone that knows?
Everybody left. I don't know who did that. But you think he good?
Hey,
you think he good?
We need to know who did this to him.
We don't know.
As the officer tends to the injured victim, the atmosphere remains tense, with the urgency of the situation palpable. Despite the officer's efforts, witnesses appear hesitant to cooperate, hindering the investigation. In Marion County, what began as a routine traffic stop quickly turned into a bewildering revelation.
Where are you headed to? Okay. Do you have your driver's license on it? We'll see with purple lights.
Lambert, adorned in a hat labeled Police U.S. Marshal and brandishing a badge, asserted he was en route to a shooting incident in Marion Oaks. However, deputies became skeptical as there were no reports of any such incidents in the vicinity. Lambert's attempt at deception was further exposed when deputies discovered the extent of his equipment. Despite Lambert's claims, authorities remained steadfast in uncovering the truth and upholding the integrity of law enforcement. In Palm Coast, Flagler County Sheriff deputies were on a mission to apprehend a wanted felon and stumbled upon a startling discovery. Armed with their faithful canine companion, the deputies were prepared to sniff out any signs of trouble. With precision and determination, the canines swiftly detected something suspicious, leading the deputies to investigate further.
Do it now! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Hey, hold here. Hold here.
Following the canines' lead, the deputies tracked the scent to a truck, where they made a startling discovery. Hiding beneath the truck, the wanted felon was caught red-handed, attempting to evade justice once again. In Volusia County, Florida, a string of overnight car break-ins prompted a swift and coordinated response from the sheriff's office.
Don't move! And watch that Batman, buddy.
When the suspects attempted to flee, deputies initiated a pursuit, deploying stop sticks to disable the stolen vehicles. Despite the suspects' attempts to evade capture, all 3 were eventually apprehended with the assistance of K9 units and Alert 1 technology.
Upper left arm. I get bit and I need what? Why'd you get bit?
They ain't gonna drive across.
Where's the ambulance, man? Come on, bro. Y'all know I got bit. Send an ambulance.
Stolen property recovered from the suspects' vehicles linked them to additional burglaries in nearby communities. The suspects responsible for the car break-ins were taken into custody, ensuring the safety and security of the community. On a seemingly ordinary day in Beverly Beach, Flagler County Sheriff deputies responded to a complaint of a suspect operating construction equipment where it clearly didn't belong.
Do you work over there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who? So you rented this or your boss rented this?
Actually, my boss did.
Your boss did?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The suspect claimed to be working in the area, but seemed unable to provide a clear explanation for his actions. As the investigation unfolded, it became evident that the suspect's story didn't add up.
Behind your back for me. You're not under arrest, you're just being detained at this time, okay? Because so I can conduct my investigation and we can figure out what's going on here, okay?
Despite his efforts to justify his presence, the suspect was apprehended while the deputies proceeded diligently with their investigation. The community of Deltona has been plagued by a wave of residential burglaries and car breaks, leaving residents feeling vulnerable and on edge. Among the suspects identified was Henry Smith, who had an outstanding warrant for his arrest.
Stellan, here! Stellan! Here, bingo, here!
Through the tireless efforts and collaboration of deputies, detectives, and the crime suppression team, a breakthrough occurred. Henry Smith was apprehended for committing several more car breaks in Deltona.
Hands! Here! Let me see those hands, keep them up. Brings, Mako, brings! Yeah, I got him. Brings, Mako, brings!
It was thanks to the swift response of a K9 unit that Henry Smith's attempt to evade capture was thwarted. The highly trained police dog quickly located Smith, leading to his apprehension without further incident. On the evening of November 28, 2022, Deputy Tanisha Multy of Stock Island, Florida, encountered a suspicious individual operating an electric scooter without lights. Little did she know, this routine patrol would escalate into a dramatic confrontation.
Once over the bridge, the subject dropped his scooter and ran into a hotel garage and out towards the water.
Off the bike!
Despite the deputy's efforts, Jose Vigil refuses to stop. He abandons his scooter and flees into a hotel garage, then toward the water, leading to a tense standoff.
I'm not gonna tackle you. You're coming out on your own, right?
So, yes, good.
What's in these pockets? Anything?
Well, if I ain't that apartment has some on me, that's it.
Okay.
After approximately 15 minutes in the water, Jose Vigil finally agrees to come ashore upon the arrival of a requested sergeant. However, his troubles are far from over as deputies proceed to detain him and search his belongings. UFC fighter John Jones finds himself in a heated confrontation with Las Vegas police officers, resulting in a dramatic arrest captured on body camera footage.
Relax. You all right?
Despite the officers' attempts to restrain him, Jones refuses to cooperate, his actions growing more confrontational by the second.
No, please don't. Car. Okay, breathe, bro.
In a troubling demonstration of self-destructive behavior, Jones repeatedly strikes his own head against the front of the police car, intensifying the already volatile situation. In a heart-stopping moment caught on camera, a dog fights for its life in the icy waters of a frozen pond. With each passing second, the danger grows more imminent.
Come here, baby.
Come on, he's a good girl. Come on, good girl. Come on, it's okay, he's coming.
Without hesitation, two officers prepare to execute a daring rescue mission. With the dog's life hanging in the balance, every second counts.
Come on, here. Good girl. Here. Oh, good girl. Oh, my goodness, you poor thing.
You're right.
With the dog safely in his hands, the officer signals to his partner, who stands ready on the shore with the rope. With a steady hand, he begins to pull them both to safety, the tension palpable as they inch their way back to solid ground. On a seemingly routine night, officers from the Flagler County Sheriff's Office found themselves responding to an alarm at a local gas station. Little did they know, this call would lead to a startling discovery.
Dash. Nope, sit up. Sit up. Keep your hands on that dash where I can see them. You understand?
A search of the Blackboard range.
Despite attempts by Duke to evade and deceive, the deputies persisted and conducted a thorough search of his vehicle, ultimately leading to a startling revelation.
Hey.
The discovery of fentanyl, a lethal synthetic opioid, serves as a stark reminder of the relentless fight against drug trafficking and its devastating toll on communities.